Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. No new news articles over the past week to share. However, linked down below will be the market snapshot that discusses the inventory levels, the absorption rates for each of the markets on the Hudson River waterfront, as well as sold properties and historical sold information going back to 2004. So this document is linked down below here on YouTube. As I mentioned in previous videos, it updates every week. So feel free to download that and check it out. Taking a look at the market in the past week, there have been 94 properties that have gone under contract, meaning they have offers accepted on them in the Hudson County MLS. Last week, it was 108 properties, so down slightly from the week before. These properties had an average list price of $882,000 and a median list price of $768,000. Last week, it was $851,000 for the average and $735,000 for the median. So prices up a little bit over last week. Days on market, 56 days on the market was the average and 20 days the median. That means time on the market. So the date that it came on the market listed for sale to the time that it had an offer accepted and went under contract. Last week, it was 55 days in the market average and 25 days median. So slightly up, about the same though, week over week. On average, properties are selling in less than 2 months on the market, sometimes even faster than that, which I'll show when we go through the sales. Looking through some of the recently closed sales properties that took place in the past week, up in Edgewater at the Glass House. This is 3 Somerset Lane, Unit 518 in Edgewater. A 1-bedroom, 2-bath plus den. List price was $825,000. It sold for $802,500. Cash purchase on the market 7 days. Glass House is a ground-up new construction building in Edgewater. It's on the former site of the Unilever plant. Unilever, they make soap and other products. They had a factory there, which actually became the Pearl, which is just north of this building, right over here. But they developed a developer developed this site on vacant land, and this is the Glass House. It's a concierge building. They have an outdoor pool, as you can see, a large fitness center, residence lounge, made up mostly of 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom layouts. And this is a 1-bedroom plus den layout. Glass House was built about 7 years ago in Edgewater. And as I mentioned, it's a concierge building. You're not far from the ferry in Edgewater as well. And this unit has sold over at the Glass House for $802,500, 998 square feet on the market 7 days. A little further south in Guttenberg at the Galaxy Towers, here you have a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,003 square foot unit, 7,000 Boulevard East, Unit 30A. List price was $333,000. It sold slightly under asking. Cash purchase for $328,000. On the market 70 days. Galaxy Towers made up of 3 separate towers. You have 7,000, 7,002, and 7,004 Boulevard East. It's all one big condo association, but it was built between 1976 and 1980. This unit that just sold is in Tower 1, which is right here, building 7,000. Galaxy Towers features 3 concierges, so each building has its own 24-hour concierge. You have on-site rental parking available for up to 3 cars. A lot of amenities. They have an indoor pool, an outdoor pool, residence lounge area. You have a business center. You have a very large fitness center. So all those things on site, tennis courts as well. The units tend to be larger in square footage. So because of the age when the property was built in the late 70s, developers tend to build larger spaces. Newer construction units tend to be smaller. So if you're looking for square footage, the Galaxy Towers could be a good option, especially if it's something you're looking to renovate, because a lot of the units there tend to be older. As people have been buying them in the last 10 years, we're starting to see more units get completely renovated. But a lot of units do have that 1980s or 90s look to them. That's why they tend to sell for less. And this is sold over at Galaxy for $328,000, one bedroom, 1.5 bath. In Hoboken, at 1100 Clinton Street, unit 501, this was a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,430 square foot top floor unit. I actually showed this to a customer when it was on the market. It was on the market for 5 days. It listed for $2,295,000. It sold over asking for $2,453,000. Cash purchase, as I mentioned, on the market for 5 days. They received multiple offers, which is why it drove the price over asking. It's an elevator building. It also has parking on site. This building was built around 2003, 2004 in Hoboken. This was a corner unit, very large space. And it did have a skyline view of New York, as you can see here in the living room. As I've mentioned in past videos, like anything like 3 or 4 bedroom or 3 bedroom or greater layouts are in very high demand in Hoboken. There's just not a lot that are currently in the market. So the demand is high when it comes on the market. And that's why you saw this unit sell in under a week and for over asking. And this 4-bedroom has sold, cash purchase over at 1100 Clinton Street, unit 501, for $2,453,000. Moving into downtown Jersey City, the tallest residential building in the skyline is 99 Hudson Street. And here you have penthouse 7503. So it's on the 75th floor, which is basically a white box. And what I mean by that is it's a raw space. It just has walls, electrical, and plumbing up. There's no bathroom outfitted, no bathrooms that have been outfitted. The kitchen's not there. There's just gas and electric hookups. And basically this is sold to a potential buyer so they can then go in and retrofit the unit to their liking. So here you have a penthouse level unit. It's 2,473 square feet. It listed for $4,148,000. It sold for full price, $4,148,000 cash purchase. This has been on and off the market a while, probably for the last 5-6 years. There were 2 penthouses that were remaining, and this is one of them. I was in this property a couple of years back. This was on the south, it faced south, looking towards 77 Hudson Street and the Goldman Sachs building, but it has very nice views. The building itself, very high level of amenities, 24-hour concierge, you have on-site valet parking, golf simulator, outdoor pool, very large fitness center and residence lounge. It's a 24-hour attended lobby. All these photos here are all the common space I'm showing. I don't have interior photos of the unit. However, it did face south, looking towards the Statue of Liberty, and 77 Hudson and Goldman Sachs, and it had very nice views. You saw the Verrazano Bridge, but whoever bought it is going to have to build it out. And that space, it had sheetrock walls, but it was one big open space. So I was told by someone else that it would probably take at least $800,000 to $1 million in upgrades to make it into something that you would want to retrofit, make it a 3 or 4 bedroom. You would have to bring in an architect, but someone did, and they purchased it for $4,148,000. In a little different price point here, you have 45 River Drive South. This is the Emerald Building in Newport, unit 1215. This is really the first, quote, luxury high-rise condo building that was built in downtown Jersey City around 1987. So you have here a 1-bedroom, 802 square foot layout, 1 bed, 1 bath. List price was $599. It sold for $580,000 on the market 102 days. The Emerald, located at 45 River Drive South in the Newport section, it used to be called the James Monroe. About 6-7 years ago, the Condo Association changed the name to the Emerald. It's a high-rise building, 24-hour attended lobby. You have an on-site fitness center as well as a residence lounge. The building is close to Newport Pat Station. It's also close to the Hoboken Pat Station. In the Newport section of downtown Jersey City, there's around 14 towers. Only about 3, 4 of those you could purchase in. You have the Emerald, you have the Shore Club, and you have Park and Shore condos being the other buildings. The Emerald was the first one. So this unit actually has views in New York City. It looks like it has been updated with newer flooring and an upgraded kitchen. Because of the age of the building, 1987, 1988, some of the units in there do have the original features to them, like parquet floors, the original kitchen, original bathroom. But it looks like somebody did upgrade this at some point. And this is sold over at the Emerald for $580,000 on the market 102 days. And all these buildings I'm discussing will be linked down below on YouTube, where you can check out other units that may be available or for sale, or that I've recently sold from my website, Living on the Hudson. Also, finally, at 9 on the Hudson in West New York, this is 9 Ave Port Imperial, Unit 405, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,625 square foot unit. List price was $1,348,000. It sold slightly under asking for $1,327,000 on the market 27 days. Also came with parking for 2 cars, and this too was a cash purchase. 9 on the Hudson, developed by K. Ovnanian around 2018 in the Port Imperial section of West New York. I was in this property when it was for sale. This is on the north side of the building, so it looks towards this building here, which is River Trace, which is a rental building next door. And this was a large 3-bedroom layout. The building itself has a 24-hour attended lobby. These are the common area photos here. You have, now we're back in the unit. So 24-hour attended lobby, doorman. You have on-site parking, large fitness center, outdoor pool. There's a common rooftop deck on the building. There's another rooftop area with barbecues. So it's an amenity-driven building. And as I mentioned, the unit faces north. This new building here that you see off the terrace, that is Vista Point, which is a Toll Brothers building, condominiums, that's going to be finished at the end of 2026. So this is a waterfront condo building next door that's being built. And this building here is a rental building. So 9 in the Hudson, in the Port Imperial section, we have a mixture of condo buildings like 9 in the Hudson and Vista Point, as well as exclusive rental buildings. But this 3-bedroom has sold over at 9 on the Hudson for $1,327,000. As I mentioned before, link down below will be the market snapshot, as well as all the buildings that I discussed here on YouTube from my website, livingonthehudson.com. These videos come out every Monday discussing the Hudson County real estate market. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.